guys, welcome to Slice. I'm Roxy, and this is a show where we give chefs $12 or less to spend at the grocery store and 20 minutes or less to spend in the kitchen to make a meal for two. Today, our brave chef taking this Slice challenge is Sri Rao, chef and cookbook author of Bollywood Kitchen. We have your book here.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. I'm super excited.
And you're making an Indian comfort food dish.
That's right.
What is it called?
It's called upma.
Yeah. Interesting. What is it?
Well, you know, Indian food has gotten really popular recently, as most of us know, but the truth is you probably have never had real Indian food.
Have I?
So the Indian food that they serve in Indian restaurants is very different from the Indian food that Indian American families like me eat at home.
I had no idea.
Yeah, you know, Indian food at home is incredibly healthy, it's simple to make, and you know, it only uses ingredients that you probably already have on hand.
Okay.
And the dish that we're making today is an example of that. It's called upma, and it is comfort food, essentially. It is a savory cream of wheat dish that is scented with cumin and ginger and mustard seeds. It has beautiful mixed vegetables in it, and it's dotted with cashews. It's really comfort in a bowl.
And hopefully it is just as tasty because we have a very special judge today. We have Mike Chow. He is the Food Baby Daddy. You can find him on Instagram at Food Baby. Thank you, Mike, for joining us and judging today.
Thanks for having me.
And you will be judging on 3 criteria: presentation, taste, and creativity.
Mike, you gotta go easy on me, okay?
So the chefs with the highest scores get to come back for the Ultimate Slice Challenge.
Oh, okay.
So that'll be exciting.
No pressure or anything.
Tell us what you bought and how much it cost.
Absolutely. We have 10 to 12 curry leaves. Those are just 25 cents. We have an onion for $1.35. A half a cup of cashews, which were $1.99. Some fresh ginger, which was 99 cents. A teaspoon of cayenne. It was $1.99 for the whole bottle, and we're just going to be using a little bit of it. We have a cup of mixed vegetables at $1.29. The star ingredient of our dish today, which is cream of wheat, was only $1.99. We have some mango pickle, which is a condiment. I'll tell you more about that later, for 99 cents. And some fresh cilantro for garnish, which was just 49 cents, bringing our total to $11.33, under the bar of $12.
Yeah, you had a few cents to spare. So we're giving you 20 minutes on the clock.
Oh boy, here we go.
Put it up there, put up the timer. Are you ready?
As ready as I'm gonna be, so let's get to it.
Let's go.
Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm heating up the pan on about medium-high heat, and it's really important that you use a non-stick pan because cream of wheat can be very sticky, and I am gonna heat up 2 tablespoons of canola oil. You can use canola oil or vegetable oil, any sort of flavorless oil. So I'm gonna start by chopping up, just roughly chopping an onion, and while I do that, I'm gonna talk to you a little bit about the ingredients that we're using. You know, Indian food really has a reputation of having very exotic ingredients that you might not be familiar with, and I want to dispel that myth because the truth is 75% of the ingredients for the recipes in the book, in my book Bollywood Kitchen, is stuff that you probably already have in your pantry. A couple of the ingredients for this particular recipe that you might not be familiar with, I want to introduce to you now. And the first of those is mustard seeds, which we have right here. If you're not familiar with mustard seeds, I encourage you to please go out and buy some mustard seeds. Whether or not you do this particular recipe, mustard seeds should be the new treasure of your spice cabinet. Mustard seeds have this very rustic, sharp flavor. They essentially taste like mustard, but not in the way that we are familiar with mustard in American food. They provide a nice savory component to vegetarian dishes, which is what we're making today. The next ingredient I want to tell you about is curry leaves. Now, curry leaves have no relation to curry powder. They're just leaves from a tree called a curry tree, and they have this very unique sort of woodsy flavor. Some people describe it as citrusy. So now what we're going to do is we are going to wait until our oil gets pretty hot. I'm just going to test it by putting in a couple of mustard seeds and seeing if they splutter, which they are. So I'm going to show you how to use mustard seeds. The way that you always use mustard seeds is that you fry them in hot oil before you start the dish. So I'm going to toss in my mustard seeds into that oil.
Does that bring out the flavor?
It does. It brings out the flavor of the mustard seeds. And similarly, I'm going to toss in cumin seeds. And now we're going to wait for the mustard seeds to pop in the hot oil. And that's your key that you know that they're ready. And while we're waiting for the mustard seeds to pop, I'm going to go in with these 10 or 12 curry leaves. So I'm going in with my onions, and again, I have this on about medium-high heat, And I'm gonna start sauteing the onions. While that is happening, I'm just going to cut up some ginger, which is gonna be the next ingredient that we put in. You want the chunks to be large enough so that you can pick them out before you serve your dish, because you don't want anyone biting down on a big chunk of ginger. That's just too overwhelming of taste. I'm going to next add my cashews. Then I'm gonna throw in the ginger as well. As I may have mentioned, or I don't know if I did mention, but upma is vegetarian, it's actually vegan. So for all of you vegans out there, this is a wonderful dinner. And I'm gonna throw in now our salt. So we're gonna get the salt in there, and I'm gonna throw in the cayenne. So now I'm going to go in with our mixed vegetables. Now, these are frozen mixed vegetables, which I know that there are a lot of foodies that might turn their nose up at using frozen vegetables, but I'm a big proponent of using frozen vegetables because they're much more economical than fresh vegetables. So I'm gonna add in the cream of wheat, and now we're just gonna toast up the cream of wheat. I'm gonna go in with this 5½ cups of boiling water.
Linda says you could use cream of rice.
Cream of rice, yes. And that is actually used a lot in Indian food, so I'm curious as to what it would taste like. So now I'm stirring constantly, and I just wanna make sure that there are no lumps in the upma. So you just want to stir until it all starts to come together. Now, just to bring you up to speed, what I did is I turned the pot down to sort of a medium-low simmer, and we're going to let this go for 5 minutes. While that's simmering, I am going to start to slice up our garnishes. I also want to tell you a little bit now about one of the condiments that we're going to be using on the dish, which is mango pickle. That's what it looks like right there. You have a close-up of it there. This is what the bottle looks like. You can buy it in Indian grocery stores, but you can also get it on Amazon, and this is a must when you're eating upma. It's sort of like ketchup and French fries is upma and mango pickle. So we have our garnishes sort of ready to go. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna squeeze in some lemon, just like a nice squeeze of half a lemon there. As you can see, it's really started to come together. All of the smells have melded together. You're not smelling any one smell too strongly, which is how you know that it's done. And I'm just gonna ladle this into our bowl here. And then I'm gonna garnish this with a couple of cashews. I'm going to put on some of this pickle, this mango pickle. So I'm just gonna put on a little bit right onto the center there. I'm gonna put a lemon here, a little chili pepper here, which is sort of the typical garnishment for this dish. We're gonna sprinkle it with some cilantro, some freshly chopped cilantro. And then the key to the upma, the luxurious final touch, is some melted butter, or ghee, which is clarified butter. Okay, so here you go.
All right, so I think first I'll do presentation. So I know you said, you gave me the disclaimer that it's comfort food and it's not supposed to look, all nice, but I think it looks very nice. I think I give it a 9 in terms of something. I've seen, like when you said that, I was immediately worried. I've seen bowls of, this kind of stuff, and they can look unappetizing. They can look like something you wouldn't really want to eat, but this looks great. It has a lot of color. The garnish on top makes it look really inviting.
So Mike, you've tasted it. All right, so what's the score on taste?
I also thought it was great. I'll give it a 9.
9.
Great.
Yeah,
You're doing
delicious.
so
Delicious.
good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I asked about the mixing up because once I got a little bit of that mango pickle in it on the second bite,
right,
get a little bit of everything with the cashews, and then the other garnish is really good.
Yes, absolutely. Great. I love that. Thank you.
Delicious.
And let's remind viewers that this is also a vegan dish.
It is.
Very
I'm here for you
healthy.
vegans. I'm here for you vegans and vegetarians. Indian food has got you covered.
It feels really hearty. Like if I ate that whole bowl, I'd be very
And you're
satisfied.
a meat eater too,
Yes,
like
yes.
me, right? So you don't need the meat. It has the cashews in it, and the cream of wheat is very filling.
Jason says give it a 10. Now creativity is our final score category.
I think 10 is perfection. It's hard to find a 10.
It is
So,
hard to be
I accept
perfect.
that.
So this was amazing. I'll give it a 9 also for that.
All
Woo,
right,
that's
thank you.
Really good, solid
Very good.
score.
I appreciate
for
that. It
Sri.
gives me room for improvement, but those are really good scores. I appreciate that.
And again, if you just tuned in and you want to see everything, you can rewatch this from the beginning after we wrap. But again, thank you so much for joining us today and
Thank
cooking
you.
your dish. Remind viewers where they can buy your book.
Bollywood Kitchen is my book. It's on sale right now on Amazon. Please check it out, and also follow me on social media at New York Sri.
And at FoodBabyNY on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tune in next week for another episode of Slice. Looks good. Can I try it?
Yes.